I'm Juno, and welcome to Juno's Guitar Academy. All right, Eric, so we have this chord progression that we have locked down in our memory. Show us some techniques that you're using to connect the chords, some licks. I see you kind of sliding into some chords. Just kind of run through the progression and give us some ideas of how we can enhance this.
Okay.
Put a little sauce on it, as I like to say.
Absolutely. Let's look at maybe adding some licks into it. So if that's just a simple 1, 3, with 5, so spelling it out. Yeah.
And
then even with, those kind of shapes, what they are, they're movable, so you could.
You can kind of slide up into it, or you
slide
can
into
go
it, slide down to it. I mean, it's
okay. So show us sliding up into it and then sliding back into it.
Or
cool. And then we got the 5.
And we can maybe break out of the 7 shape and just do straight major.
Okay. Yeah. So what is that little walk up? We got G7.
F.
Okay, F.
And then chromatic going up. F sharp.
So that same shape. Okay, that same F major, try it.
Yeah. And it's such a sweet kind of, little trick, if you would.
It's simple, but if it sits in that right place, it's like right there. Okay, cool. So we're at the 5, let's see, and then we're back to the 1 again?
Back to 1.
Back to the 1. Okay, then we have 1 to the 4, which we already talked about things to that. The sharp 4 diminished, obviously we know about this kind of inversion. Is there anything else you like to do over diminished chords? I mean, what's your everybody has their weird diminished chord thing they like to do. I'm just like.
I naturally do kind of what everybody's doing in terms of, just moving it. But
moving it around.
We can break it up as well, you know. So.
And how would you break it up? Like, when you say that, what do you mean?
Well, we can do let's see. Which gives it a, a different, it sounds totally different. It's the same thing, but it sounds totally different. And most importantly, the rhythm of it.
Yes,
because that's cool, but that type of thing is even, and let's look at that and maybe even so.
Okay, so what do you do? You just went 3 half steps above the diminished chord and then walk down to it. That's cool. Oh, you're just literally walking chromatically down.
And depending on rhythmically how you're striking it, it gives it a whole nother interesting flavor, so. So it sounds a lot more complicated than what it is, but it's just,
love that.
The rhythm of it.
Can you show us all the cool hammer-ons and pull-offs actually that you're doing? I'm hearing some on the 1, I'm hearing the 4. Can you kind of go over
the 1, exactly. So the 1 on the 1 going to the 4, so. And it's literally that,
Okay, so you're literally just barring the 5th fret. Okay, so you go from C to F.
Yep.
It sounds like you just sat there for 20 years and just practiced that, because I don't know how you got it sound like that.
I mean, it's repetition, and definitely is the key to making that work. But I mean, you can play around with that. You can even in the 8th fret do the same thing, different shapes, but the same concept and going to the 4. But
so from F major to C major.
And it's the same concept in terms of just, it's not necessarily a hammer-on, but it's a quick move.
Yeah.
Same rhythm.
Yeah.
Same rhythm approach.
Super cool. Okay, I know this is hard because you just came out the womb playing this style. I swear you did. You had placenta in your eye, trying to be in E flat. Wait a minute. But can you like super uber slow it down so we can really see these concepts in play. It's hard to digest, but when you slow it down and really show it, you know, I want us to kind of see how you put all this together.
Okay.
All right, so check it out.
Okay, so we'll do it. Is that a comfortable?
Even slower.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little slower.
Well, 1, 6, 2, 5. Absolutely beautiful, Eric. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. One question for you, because the 5 is such a cool moment in music that there's so many options of what to do over the 5. Are there any kind of cool kind of licks, tips, tricks of things in the gospel world that you like to do over that 5 chord? What's your kind of go-to of like, what are some 5 licks?
Well, in the context of this type of traditional feel, I do like I love to give it like an augmented flavor.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Augmented, you mean raising the 5?
Right, exactly.
Okay. So we're raising the 5 of the 5?
Of the 5,
Okay,
exactly.
so the 5 of the 5 is D. Okay, so we got G7.
Well,
Okay, so if you have G7, I'm putting my finger down on the 4th fret of the B string because that just raises that 5
Absolutely.
right there. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, and then it seems like you kind of just find different voicings of that same
different
thing all over the
inversions.
neck.
The inversions really allow this type of thing to breathe a little bit more. It's not staying in the same position that gives it, you know, character, if you will.
Yeah. Definitely. What is something that you learned as a gospel guitarist? It's a very specific approach, but you have worked with icons from pop, jazz, blues, gospel, R&B. What have you taken from this style and brought with you? What did you learn from starting in this and, you know?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, I think the number one thing that you learn from growing up playing in church, 2 things actually. One being discipline in terms of finding parts and being consistent with what that is, but also it helps create sensibilities. Personally speaking, the sensibilities that you learn or, you know, develop from growing up in church, you know, is that of knowing when not to play certain things, knowing, just being very attentive of.
Because the pastor might look at you like.
That, and then, you know, the other musicians, it really allows you to tune in to what everybody else is doing as well. And it's counterpoint at the end of the day. It's knowing where the holes are, knowing where the spaces are, knowing your lane. So, I mean, I think that's the number one thing that you really gain from that environment.
Yeah. I think it's, you know, playing in church, you're a part of a moment that's not about you. And I think that's the cool thing about it. You know, touring and stuff like that, it's a whole different experience because when you're in church, you're not just like performing, you're part of a band, but you're a part of a band that's trying to usher in a larger spirit, a larger energy, and it moves people. I've seen people literally break down in services, and it's like, it's because I believe it's their vibrations in the music that stems from thousands of years ago that we're still, you know, tapping into. All right, so there you have it. We got the 1, we got the 6, we got the 2, we got the 5, we got the 1, back to the 4, sharp 4 diminished, back to the 1 over the 5.
Right, 1 over the 5, then the turnaround.
Oh, the 2-5, back to the 2 dominant, back to the 5, back to the 1. Whoa, I got some homework, y'all. I got some homework.
A lot of fun.
Yes, I've been watching you for years online. Thank you for everything you've done for this community. You know, so many things unnoticed, so many things you've shared, offered, given away, and I just wanted to say thank you for making us better, for making my life better, and giving me something to strive for. You know, when I look at you, I see excellence, and thank you for being that example for our community. So. Well,
thank you so much. I'm honored. Thank you.
All right, that's it. JUNO's Guitar Academy. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Rock on. Thanks for rocking with us on JUNO's Guitar Academy. See you soon.